This year right here, Derrick was in 9th grade. He realized that he had a talent and he was going to be able to use his talent to get him out of the situation that he was in, to use this as a stepping stone in life. Just remember, just like it was yesterday.
This community is rallied around Derrick.
Got to sit down and read each one.
That's a big deal with us. Family is all we got.
There was always a light on him.
That started the fire to me realizing that I can accomplish my dreams.
Seeing what Derrick had achieved definitely makes me believe that big things are within my reach.
That's awesome. No, I'm gonna choke up.
He really cares about his community. He also cares about his people.
Every blessing, you got to be able to give back.
It was never about being bigger than anything. It was about being part of it.
There's other kids out there just like you were that's looking up to you.
Our Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee, Derrick Brown.
And you don't even know the kind of impact that you can make on their lives.
So I grew up in Sugar Hill, Georgia, and it's a small community, but at the same time, it's so big.
This community, the Sugar Hill community, is pretty special. It means something to people to be from here, and we've always talked about to be proud of who you are and where you're from. And Derrick does that.
There was always a light on him. Maybe it's because he grew tall very fast, but the community really wrapped themselves around him.
It's a large but small community. When Derrick comes in town, oh my goodness, that's Derrick Brown. And I'm sitting there looking at these people like, he just Derrick.
I always say it like this, being humble at the highest, because I can think back to so many times in my life where, people were helping us out when we didn't have and, giving me opportunities that, I may not have had.
And now it's an opportunity for him to really give back to all the people that have done so much for him and his family.
I'm Riley Bryan. I'm a freshman at Piedmont University. I play basketball here, and I'm from Sugar Hill, Georgia.
My name is Aaron Lackey. I'm from Sugar Hill, Georgia. I go to college at Kennesaw State University. It was all about kind of being close to home, but not at home. I feel like Kennesaw State was the right choice.
Piedmont offered me a spot on their team. Well, I was really excited to have the opportunity, but it was stressful because it's like, I'm about to make this big decision.
I mean, there was some stress, the academics, what does the college have to offer, financials.
My mom is a single mother, so it was really important for me to find as many opportunities as I could to get a little extra help with tuition, especially going to a private school.
When we started coming up with this idea for the scholarship, I've always thought like, this is something I want to do. I've been financially blessed being in this position. Every blessing, you got to be able to give back. So to be able to give out that scholarship last year, that was special.
I believe they made an announcement that he was giving out a scholarship and thinking that was really cool.
I was honestly scared by it because I just assumed some people were going to try it. I think it's the Derrick Brown factor. I mean, just at Lanier, everybody knows Derrick Brown.
That's Derrick. Derrick's giving out a scholarship, and my mom was like, you have to apply. You have to.
When those applications were submitted, I got to sit down and read each one. And I mean, looked at everybody's GPA, the parents, I sat in bed with my wife and, was reading them out loud and just, that's how we were going about it.
It entailed an essay. The one that I chose was something about how your education was important to you.
You want to find out more about them, who do they look up to, why, what's the reason behind it. So, this is the first time I probably sat down and, read school papers in a long time, but, I want to know why. That's the big deal.
It's not a rubber stamp thing. And the fact that he'd sit down and read all those essays, I think that just kind of shows you that that's who he is.
That was not on the paper to say he would be reading our essays at all. To know that he read it and chose me is amazing, actually. I am really surprised to hear that Derrick read my essay because that actually made my day.
It definitely gives me a sense of like self-assurance, knowing that my hard work is recognized and it's paying off. It's also been something that keeps me motivated because I know I'm here for a reason and I know that people are supporting me, so it'll keep my head straight.
You have to give back in order to receive, but you don't give to receive. You know, a lot of people are looking for something in exchange, and Derrick is only looking for a smiling face and a happy kid.
So Derrick showed up to our senior award night. Nobody knew, showed up and announced his 9 recipients of this first scholarship.
I mean, I had OTAs on Wednesday, and I was driving to Atlanta Wednesday night and back here Thursday morning for work. So, you know, it was one of those type of deals that, you know, I wanted to be there, I wanted to be present, give out that scholarship.
It was funny because he showed up here and, you know, we're in the middle of spring practice at that time. So he just like walked into the field house and we're like, hey, what's going on? He's like, oh, I'm handing out these scholarships. I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know.
How the night went is like we got like a note card saying what we will be announced for. That was the only award that was unannounced. It was an actual surprise.
We have 9 recipients this year. Riley Bryan.
Just hearing him call out my name was pretty cool. I didn't know that I would be picked necessarily, so it was kind of like, oh, that's me.
The goal was to get there, but figure out how to get there. But 85 isn't the, you know, clearest path to get down to Atlanta, and we got there right as the ceremony was about to start. It was a quick decision, quick turnaround, but you know, I couldn't want it any other way.
He was genuinely like excited to do it. You know, I've known Derrick for a long time. You can tell he was like, this is kind of a cool moment.
To actually be a blessing and see that the eyes of these kids lights up when they see him is a great feeling as a parent.
You know, what Derrick does, we understand is like a lot, you know. He's pretty much like a movie star in our community, and for him to show up that night when he told us he had practice the next day was amazing. So it meant a lot to us.
It was cool to see how much he cared about it.
Receiving this Derrick Brown scholarship has been such a great blessing. It's afforded us the opportunity for Riley to go to a private school, to live out her dream, and just to feel supported every step of the way.
It's not surprising that he gives so much because this kid has a big heart. Derrick has a big heart, and he just wants to help people that he knows that deserves it.
The Walter Payton Man of the Year award is considered to be the league's most prestigious honor. It recognizes NFL players who have exhibited excellence on the field and has made a significant impact in this community. Derrick, I want to personally thank you for what you do in the community and the impact that you've made. There's other kids out there just like you were, okay, that's looking up to you. And you don't even know the kind of impact that you can make on their lives by going back to your community and just reaching back.
Does it surprise you to hear that Derrick Brown is the Carolina Panthers 2022 nominee for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award?
Oh, wow. About to cry. It wouldn't surprise me. Oh my God, I'm sitting up here crying.
Oh, that's really cool. Sorry, hold on, I'll give you a second.
That's awesome. No, I won't choke up. That's great. That's great.
What? I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of crazy. It's like, I mean, I honestly watch the NFL Honors like every year. It's actually kind of eye-opening to always watch, you know, who's the Walter Payton Man of the Year, you know, as they're always giving back in their community. Just to hear Derrick's one of the 32 people that's chosen is incredible and amazing.
Oh, your arm and you can throw really far? Okay, we're gonna see. We're gonna have to test that out.
He represents everything that I personally believe. And he's humble in his approach to everything he does.
All right, you my new favorite player. I don't know nothing about football, but you my new favorite player, okay?
It didn't start on draft night. It started when we lived in Sugar Hill in this little apartment.
I definitely want to be the inspiration. I'm definitely not the blueprint. I want to show that this can be done. whether it be sports or high academic praise. Hopefully in the future, you know, it's done by a lot more kids. That's what it's all about, in my opinion.
It definitely makes me really proud to know him through all his successes, and knowing that it's not so far out of reach. Big, great things can happen to people that come from little towns like Sugar Hill.